we have got now two young people who are going to come on stage, which is very exciting. As part of the Feathered Friends section, Ballymaloe here, as I'm sure some of you know, do a fantastic charitable project, which is in return for giving children in local national schools cookery lessons. They ask the school to put in a garden and to keep chickens. And so it engages young people with the idea of chickens and eggs and a beginning of something that's very, very magical indeed. So we have Emer Slattery, who's in 3rd class, and LeahGeary in 4th class. And Rory is going to talk you through a little bit about the kind of projects they've been doing. I gather there was a chicken supposed to be on stage, Rory, but...
Quite early this morning, I went out over the cookery school and I asked Hawley, who's the man who does everything in the farm, to put a chicken in the box. And I arrived here at about 6:45 with a chicken in the box. Anyway, I was running around later on, I saw a chicken, and I said, well, that must be one of Darren's chickens from the farm here. I said, it looks remarkably like my chicken. Anyway, the bird has flown, so we were going to have a chicken here for dramatic effect. So if you see a light Sussex running around the place, anyway, please ask it to make its way back to the cookery school. Anyway, we are really, really thrilled to have Emer and Leah here from Kilbehenny National School. And as Ella was saying, at the cookery school, we have a charity where we invite local schools to become involved, and the group come on the understanding that they will keep chickens at the school and put in a vegetable garden. And if there's a gold standard in terms of national schools who attend, well, Kilbehenny is that school. And I would like to see we have parents, friends, and headmaster of the school in Kilbehenny here today. And it's doing these things, making these decisions, it's a thing. It's another thing you have to do. So thank you all very much for that. And we're thrilled to have you guys here this morning. And they're going to talk in their own words, as they would like, about why they like keeping chickens and what it means to them at the school. Thanks, girls. Very welcome.
Good morning, everybody. My name is LeahGeary. And my name is Emer Slattery. We are pupils from Kilbehenny National School in County Limerick. This morning we are going to talk to you all about chickens.
I like looking after chickens because I love all animals, and I think chickens are unique to the other animals I have at home. I am glad that my school has chickens because looking after them is a new experience for me.
We have a coop in school and have always kept chickens in it. We usually receive them from people in the locality. If they arrive in September and stay for a few weeks, we return them to their owner during the winter time because it is too cold for them to stay in the coop. They return to us again in May and June when the weather is warmer.
This is a picture of the coop we have at our school, and we keep our chickens in it, and it was a present from Ballymaloe. This year, thanks to our teacher, Mr. Horgan, we decided to incubate and hatch our own chickens. Mr. Horgan has an incubator. We put 7 eggs into it and waited 21 days for them to hatch. It was really interesting because we were able to watch the chicks develop inside the egg. We used a special light called a candlelight to check on their progress. At the beginning of their process, the eggs are clear on the inside when placed on the light, but as the chick develops, the inside of the egg becomes much darker as light cannot pass through the chick. I found this really interesting, and it was amazing to see the changes taking place from day to day.
When they are inside the egg, the chicks drink the yolk to keep them alive. On day 21, the chicks use a tooth, a special tooth called the egg tooth, to crack the shell and hatch out. When they hatch, they are really tired and they fall around the place like they are drunk. They look really wet too. After a few hours, they dry out and then they look like a big ball of fluff. 5 of our eggs hatched and the chicks are really cute and friendly.
This is a picture of Mr. Horgan teaching a class how to candle the egg on the candlelight.
And this is a picture of the egg on the candlelight. And you can see nothing yet because this chick hasn't started growing. And you can see these small holes. That helps the chick to breathe.
That's like a work of art.
And this is another picture of the egg on the candlelight, and as well you can see the small holes.
Not every school has a chance to hatch and look after their very own chickens, so we are very lucky to be able to do this at our school. All the pupils and teachers and parents were really amazed when we saw the chicks hatch for the first time.
We all take turns to feed them and make sure they have enough water and fresh straw. At the moment, they are too small to stay outside in the coop on their own, so they stay indoors in a special box. Mr. Horgan takes them home at the weekend when we have no school. Next week, we hope that they will be big enough to move out into the coop.
This is a picture of third class holding the chicks, and one is still in the incubator ready to hatch. We plan to draw up a rota in school for looking after them. This will involve feeding, cleaning out the coop, locking the chicks in before home time, and letting them out in the mornings. We are very proud of our chicks, and we want them to have a happy home and to live in a safe environment. When the chicks lay eggs, we share them among us. One day we even made scrambled eggs in school.
That brings us to the end of our presentation. This is a picture of my hen at home, and she's after hatching. And there's another one, and she's hatching as well. And this is another picture of the hen and the chick, and there's the rooster as well.
And this is a picture of the two chickens we have at our school. This one's name is Jellybean and this one's name is Lollipop. And we keep them in our coop that we got from Ballymaloo.
We've really enjoyed talking to you this morning. We'd like to say a massive thank you to Roy O'Connor and everybody at Ballymaloo for inviting us here this morning. Thank you all for listening, and we hope that you enjoyed the rest of LitFest 2016.
Well, that was just fantastic. Thank you so much, girls. Thank you, headmaster. Thank you, parents and family. And this scheme we have running at the cookery school, where they students from the various different national schools come in, and half the group go into the garden, half the group go into the kitchen, and then they meet and all sit down and have lunch together. And it's a really beautiful small thing. We're oversubscribed. We could have 10 times the amount of schools as part of the project. But of course, what we would like to see is a project like that being driven by the Department of Education, by the Department of Health, etc. So that's what we really like to see. That was really special for us. Thank you for coming.